Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is Monday, July 8th, 2024. I am back with another episode. I don't want to hear that noise. Anyway. Big boy, clean your steering wheel. I am back with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And I told y'all about this economy. I'm off today. Work slow. So I'm just up. I just got up to make this video and I'm going back to bed. Gotta keep the hustle going some kind of way. And then I go do Instacart a little later. And I just dropped my son off. That's why I'm out and about. He got a doctor's appointment this morning. And I am exhausted. So I'm gonna go back home and lay down, and until then, let me make this video. I'm sleepy. I haven't taken any caffeine, and I'm not gonna take any because I'm gonna go back to sleep, right? So anyway, on to the topic. Thank y'all for tuning in. Now, as we discuss the situation between men and women with the dating scene, what have you, and the trouble and the woes that men and women experience with each other, I want to talk about something that's not talked about much or at all, that I've noticed over the years of my living, things that I have seen happen between men and women that didn't turn out well for the man. Now, we talk about what happens when a man gets married and the woman leave him and take all his shit, right? We know that can happen to a man. We know that they can have kids together. She wake up, decide she ain't happy no more, and blow up the whole family, divorce him, take the kids with him. Now he got to get visitation rights, this, that, and the other, go see his own kids. We know that happens to a man. We know the emotional strain and damage that it causes a man that once trusted women to finally realize that, hey, this ain't what I thought it was. They're not the little sweet little angels that I thought they were. That does something to a man. Sometimes it causes a man to be a womanizer, as women say, and a player and savage, whatever you want to call it. But there's something that we don't discuss that can also happen to a man dealing with the wrong woman. Dealing with a woman that's not right for him. And I noticed this growing up, right, throughout my lifetime, and I've saw it. And people, I haven't heard it discussed anywhere. So this is something I want men to be cautious of, be aware of, while you out here laying around with any and everybody. I understand you not wanting to settle down. I understand that, and not get married, this and that. But I'm recommending that you don't lay around either. I know you hear about this, you need to do this, that, and the other, and have you how many girl rotation and what have you. And I'm telling you, don't do that. I'm not telling you to settle down either. I'm not telling you to get married. I'm not telling you to fall in love, none of that. What I'm telling you is you cannot afford to be out here dealing with a bunch of different women. Because you might run across one that you can't survive. I don't recommend you being out here player, not the modern day time, not in these days, not in the world we living in. This ain't the day and time to do that no more. So I don't recommend the 5-girl rotation and, many as you want. You single, you don't owe nobody nothing. You get out here, have you some fun. That's not wise. I'm teaching wisdom, not fun. I tell you to go out and have fun, but some good, clean fun, not no stupid fun. 6, 7 women, 10 women, knocking them down, all them emotional ties, all them different women with emotions for you. That ain't no smart fun. That is not wise. That's not wisdom. That's foolishness. And I highly recommend, I highly advise any man listen to me. Even if you done with the dating scene, even if you done with relationships, you done with marriage, this, that, and the other, I still recommend you just stay to yourself. Don't be dealing with all these different women. And the reason why is because throughout the years, throughout my lifetime, I have seen many a men end up pushing up daisies behind a woman, unalived behind the wrong woman, under the dirt behind the wrong woman, or life in prison, which is still death because of a woman. There are many men that have unalived themselves because of a woman. They couldn't take. They didn't know when they met her that they was gonna fall for her like that. They didn't know when they met her that she was gonna mean that much to them, the way if she left them, if she left him, he ain't gonna wanna be here no more and take his own self out because the woman left him. I've seen that happen. Not seen it with my own eyes like seen it, but as far as know people, family members of the victim, what have you, such and such, took himself out behind old girl left him. It happens. Or I've heard about men that couldn't handle catching the woman cheating and end up in prison behind it. Life in prison. Or men that couldn't handle the fact they weren't even in a relationship with the woman. Wasn't even in a relationship with her. But strung out on her. And even though they had the understanding that they were just messing around, like I'm telling y'all about having these different women, different partners, that ain't a good idea because you don't never know who you gonna catch feelings for. And you go in and knowing she ain't no good, but you end up catching feeling for her anyway, and now you trying to change her. She don't want to change. Next thing you know, you up the road, under the ground. Because of a bad choice you made in a woman. There are men right now pushing up daisies because of the wrong woman they chose to deal with. That's something else y'all need to be aware of when you out here playing around. When you out here underestimating the power of a woman. When you think you got it all figured out and you just gonna knock them, I'm just gonna knock the old down. Okay. Or another scenario, you was honest with her, told her what it was gonna be. She caught feelings for you. Seen this happen too. Just messing around, decide this ain't gonna work. She put him under the ground. She couldn't take rejection. That happens too. Let me repeat that. Y'all just friends. Clear understanding. Doing y'all thing. She done caught feelings. Even though you honest with her from the start, we ain't nothing serious. We just messing around. For whatever reason, you decide, hey, we ain't gonna do this no more. She ain't hearing that. You didn't see that coming. She didn't either. Next thing you know, you pushing up daisy. Hell had no fury like a woman's scorn. Keep that in mind when you're trying to be player. My advice to you, I know that's hard, And you probably ain't gonna listen. You're gonna do what you want to do. You grown. I'm just putting it out there. There's a great possibility, because there's a lot of men pushing up daisies behind a woman that they underestimated, overlook red flags, because there'll be red flags, and you overlook them. Oh, she ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't. She either do you or you do yourself, or you do somebody else over her. Either way it go, you dead because of a woman. There's a lot of men in the grave right now because of a woman. There's a lot of men in prison right now because of a woman. There's a lot of men in a mental institution where they didn't close them down. But there's a lot of men that have lost their minds, which is still dead. They walk around here talking to themselves. You think they've probably been in a war or something. You probably think they're a disabled veteran, drug addiction or something like that. No. There's men walking around here right now that lost their damn mind over a woman. Went crazy, snapped. No, big boy, ain't that weak. Well, maybe not you. Maybe you end up being one of the other ones. Everything you do in this world right now, young man, old man, men, period, be serious about it. It's a time to have fun. But out here playing around with these women, that ain't the time. That's a whole emotional human being right there, and you don't know which way them emotions are gonna go. Or you don't know which way your emotions are gonna go. So be careful with the type of woman you dealing with. Once upon a time, a man would just look for the easiest, sleaziest, raunchiest type woman because he just want to lay around. He don't want nothing else. You can't do that no more. Can't do that. You got to be very careful and discreet about the type of woman you dealing with nowadays. Even if you ain't talking about being in a relationship with them, you still got to choose wisely who you choose to lay with. Even if it's just recreation, even if it's just a mutual agreement that this all we doing, you still got to be careful about who she is. Because you could be like this dude walking up and down the street right here, swiping at the air and like, what is he doing? Ain't nobody there. Who he punching? Ain't nobody there. That could be you. There are men out here walking around now, right now, that lost their minds over a woman. Couldn't handle whatever happened. And his mind gave out on him. He couldn't take it. Many men have jumped over a bridge. Many men have put their iron on themselves. Many men have put that iron on somebody else. In my hometown, a few years ago, a pastor tried to unalive his ex-wife, ended up getting her sister instead, the wrong people. I think her sister and her sister's boyfriend, trying to get to her. Now he doing life in prison. A pastor lost his mind, snapped, because his wife didn't want him no more and was cheating on him or what have you. Life in prison. Dead. He done took out the sister-in-law and the brother-in-law, trying to get to his ex-wife. Couldn't get to her, so he got them. A pastor. Not talking down on pastors, I'm just talking about how the mind works. Be careful who you out here giving your mind to. We say your heart, but it's really your mind. Many men are pushing up daisies right now, whether it be in the ground or in the prison. Or walk around here, don't know their name, where they from, don't know their phone number, don't know nothing, just walking around here in a daze. And they don't have no mental institution to go to anymore, so they're just out here walking around, talking to themselves. Because of a woman. You think it was drugs or the war, what have you. No. A lot of these guys walking around out here that you see crazy to talk to themselves, it was a woman. You ain't got to take my word for it. I could be in that sleep right now instead of being on here blowing smoke up your ass, which is what I'm finna do, go to sleep. But I ain't gonna blow no smoke up nobody's ass. Be careful out here, fellas, playing around with these women, thinking it's a game. You could be pushing up daisies, or you could be next door to a cell, somebody in there packing peanut butter on another man, or you could be walking around here in the middle of Spring Hill Avenue. Choose wisely. Get it, got it, good. Bye.